Hello and welcome. My name is Samantha. I'm the Club and Events Coordinator here at MAWSA, currently in 2022. I love clubs. That's why I started at MAWSA. I was president of UniQ for 2 years back in 2016 and 17, and I love clubs. Today we're going to talk about clubs, how to get one going, how to affiliate with MAWSA, the ins and outs, and all the stuff surrounding clubs. A little bit of background about clubs. They're funded through the Student Services Levy, and there's about $20,000 a year to allocate for the Wellington campus. So clubs are paid for by you, for you, so you may as well join one. Step one to starting a club is to love something. I encourage you, if this is a fleeting love, don't start a club. You can do it with your friends without needing to be affiliated with MAWSA, without having to need a bank account, without finding new members each year, things like that. If you think you'll get overwhelmed by uni or work pressures throughout the year, you don't need to necessarily affiliate. You can just do it more casually. But if you do love something, like I love something, join the gaming club because I love gaming, then start a club. Step 2, find your people. Find 6 people who also love the same thing that you do. Clubs that need at least 7 members, if not 10. But 7 is the minimum. Current Massey students or alumni should constitute no less than 75% of the total club membership. So you can have members of the public join your club, but they need to be paying members and they need to be no more than 25%. The president, secretary, and treasurer must be Massey University students to get yourself going. Step 3 is to have your first meeting. At this meeting, you can sign your constitution. Template constitutions can be found on the MAWSA website under the clubs tab. This section not only has the template constitution, but also the club's policy, where pretty much all answers can be found to any question you might have. It's a boring document. It's 14 pages long. It's not very exciting to look at, but it has all the information in it. It also has the club's handbook, which tells you all the stuff I'm going to tell you in case you need to recap or you zone out during me talking. Has event spaces that are relatively up to date. It's a couple years out, but most of the places are still accurate. Has health and safety and financial advice. Also has all the stuff MAWSA already owns, such as tents, sports gear, GoPros, board games, mahjong sets, books. We also have a mini bake oven in case you want to do some crafts. We have heaps of stuff we already own, and you don't need to buy it necessarily. Step 4 is to fill out the online affiliation form. Most of the questions are pretty straightforward, but I'll take you through some of the more challenging ones. Your membership fee must be at least $1. It can be more than that, but it must be at least $1. This is required by the club's grants policy, as most club grants are only covered up to 70%, and charging a membership fee allows clubs to cover this gap. If you don't want to charge this fee, you'll need to do fundraising elsewhere to cover the gap. So you can do things such as host a barbecue, do a bake sale. You can run an event where you charge a ticketing fee, and that can go into your club bank account to cover that 30%. You will need to talk about finances in your club's grants affiliation application. You'll need a bank account eventually. However, we will support you to achieve this. And for your initial application, you don't have to do that just yet. But if you have one, then put your bank account in. You'll need a logo. You'll need a membership list. Please copy and paste links to all documents. This allows me to be able to go back and find those documents later. We also supply SharePoint folders to clubs if you want them, so that you don't have to host any file sharing yourself. Now that you have affiliated, you can apply for grants. Grants, woo, money. Grants are available to clubs for startup costs, which are 100% funded, events, which are 70% funded, gear, which is sometimes between 70 and 100% funded, recurring costs. So Massey Climbing Club has weekly sessions at Hangdog. They fund those membership fees 70% through passes through grants. Life Drawing funds their model hireage through grants as well. Again, 70% funded. Transport costs, so if you want to do a trip away, such as to a ski hut or a surf trip, your transport petrol costs will be 70% funded. First aid training is 100% funded. Anything health and safety related is 100% funded. So if you want to get your level 2 or level 1 first aid training, lead climbing courses are an example of something that's been used for, we will 100% fund that, and that will help you not only in your club but also on your CV, which is great. Food is sometimes funded. So if you are doing an event on campus where you will be getting people together in a space and you need kai to support that mahi, then food will be funded. If you are going away, food is less likely to be funded, and we would more likely fund things such as accommodation, hire, or transport. So all grants need budgets. This allows the committee to assess we are using the student services levy for the best value for money. Please link to websites or prices for the item you would like to purchase. We won't necessarily purchase the cheapest thing. We will purchase the thing that is best for the club. So if it will last longer, is better quality, we're happy to buy that. We just want to make sure we're getting the most out of the money that we spend. Budgets don't need to be complicated. You just need to represent what you will be spending accurately. If you are running an event, you will need health and safety filled out. I'm happy to help and support you filling out the health and safety form for the first time, but they're relatively straightforward. So there's a PDF and a Word version on the website. Again, mawsa.org.nz, click on the clubs tab. That will allow you to just type in the fields that apply to you. So if you're having a barbecue, you fill out things about burns, you fill out things about hot food, food poisoning, and you don't need to fill out anything that doesn't apply to the event that you're having. Say you're going to be filming something and you have a bunch of cables and stuff like that, talk about tripping. All events need health and safety forms. So I'm workplace first aid trained, and you can use me in the form where needed. If any of you are first aid trained, then you can supply your own name in that first aid training field. We have first aid kits at MAWSA. We have 5 of them. You're welcome to borrow them at any time for your event to make sure that everyone is going to be safe. We do not fund alcohol. Alcohol can be done in another way. So either the club pays for alcohol completely, you can get a grant through another organization. Banter and Brews used to be sponsored by Garage Project to fund all of their alcohol. All alcohol and events need to be approved by Massey's event manager. Currently that is Corey Anderson at Tussock. He's great. He'll help you through any sort of liquor licensing stuff you need. They have a liquor license on campus, as they do many events, but we just need to make sure that it complies with that liquor license. So how do you pay for things? You've gone through the grant application process, you've done your budget, you got your money approved, yay. You're about to take a trip to Tauranga to go tramping. How do you pay for the hut and booking and stuff like that? 90% of the time, MAWSA will buy it for you on our card. If you purchase it yourself, you need to keep the receipt and we will reimburse you for the granted amount. If you spend over the granted amount, that's on you. We will reimburse you for the amount that was granted. If a company you're using sends invoices, we will pay them and pay for and invoice you for the remaining amount if needed. It's up to you how you want to do things. How do you run your first event? Email me, send me a message on Instagram, join our Discord server. Any way you want to contact us, go for it. We will investigate an appropriate space to book for you. Talk about where you want to meet and when you want to meet with your club members. The collab on level C and the student lounge on level B of block 9 are open, non-bookable spaces you can use whenever. Other spaces need to be booked ahead because other people may want to use them also. So we do that through booking them with hospitality. Sadly, students cannot book spaces. We have to do it for you. So just contact us and we'll help you out with it. We'd like to use spaces that are appropriate to the numbers. So if it's a larger event, we could book somewhere like Flax and Fern or the Great Hall. If it's smaller, then somewhere such as a classroom would be good. If you have any questions, please email us. Again, contact me any way you like through the club's Instagram, through Facebook, through email, through the Discord. Come see us. I am in the office from 8:30 till 4:30, Monday to Friday, typically. If I'm not there, it'll be because I'm running around like a headless chicken as usual. So let me know if you need any help. I hope this answers most of your questions about how to start a club, how to get your first event going, how to apply for money. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to see me. We prefer people to meet with us before sending in grant applications because it allows things to happen smoother and more quickly and allows us to explain this process more easily. Can't wait to see you out there.